Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. We have a Bachelor in Paradise finale, part one recap for you guys. Right now, I'm in my mobile studio in northern Kentucky, which is why you get this beautiful non-green screen background. Let's jump right into this. What the hell did we witness last night? I'm going to take notes, read them back to you. No edits, no jump cuts, just me, you, and some BS, some baloney, some malarkey. Okay, we expect the show to milk it. We know it's like, all right, they're going to milk this finale like it's the last milk on earth. They're beach-splaining how the whole season went as if we didn't personally sit through it all. This is what I hate about terrestrial TV. They assume you've never watched an episode. Previously on Coming Up Next, before you've seen it, something you've seen twice. It's like, we get it. Just tell us who throws the wine glass at each other. I refuse to recap the recap. Not on my watch. No, thank you. So basically, we have Brandon and Serene. They're the real deal. Everyone else is dramatic, okay? Everyone else is dramatic, except Michael and Danielle, but everyone else. But Michael brings drama, just something he didn't think he would bring. Subscribe to my channel to get that content right after this. I've got Sierra I have Caitlin Bristow's apology to Sierra because Sierra trash talked Michael. It's a long lineage of who's who in the old apology circle here. Brandon and Serena, the real deal. I have to say, the overproduced recap was actually well done. Wells is really good at it, but it's still annoying. Funny to see the levels of deceit, despair, and dejection that happen in just a few short weeks. All right, last rose ceremony. Kate Gallifin says, if I accept this rose, it means I'm committing. And then I'll finish her sentence. To a low-income gym lifestyle. Does she accept a Planet Fitness world? That's the real question out here. Mara self-eliminates, and everyone's like, bye. No one even gets up for her. They're so rude. Mara's like, obviously, there's nobody here for me. And then, like, Flo and Shanae are like, yeah, there's no one here for us either. But too bad these are twins, not triplets, because you can hang with these boys. So she self-eliminates. Smart move to bounce. Grab a margarita to go for the flight home. You're out of there. Jesse tells everyone, no cocktail party. And everyone's like, oh, my gosh, no cocktail party. And I'm like, wasn't the last month on the beach a just giant cocktail party? That's all it was. Genevieve is afraid she won't get a rose from Aaron, which is sort of genius that the show sequesters them because they're like, we don't want to tell them, we don't want to give them the chance to have this conversation. Tyler gives Brittany his rose. Let's see if we can find Tyler and Brittany. There they are. Tyler gives Brittany his rose. Then they try to make it out the way. So Serene and Brandon make out. And they do this tongue punch there, different little tonsil hockey moves, right? And then everyone who kisses after that is trying to one-up the kiss. And it's like, come on, no one can one-up the sexiness of Serena and Brandon, but like, good try. So Tyler gives Brittany this big passionate kiss and all that. Then Logan got stood up at the rose ceremony. Back to my guy Logan over here. And by the way, we've got another video with Kate not, taking blame whatsoever. We'll share that after this. We'll get into that after. But Logan got stood up at the rose ceremony from Kate, which means Logan has to leave. Logan said all he got in return was a stern talking to. He said Shanae liked him for who he was. Hey, maybe Shanae and Logan could rekindle a relationship. If I were producers, I'd call Kate an Uber pool. Wouldn't that be fun? If they're like, all right, Kate, we know you really like quality and luxury, so here's an Uber pool. It's got like 7 destinations before it gets to the airport. Kate's in the back of a pickup truck surrounded by like farm animals. Kate said, dear God, bring me a grown man with a big you-know-what and a bigger bank account. Now, they bleeped it out, so we don't know if she said that, but I'm assuming, and I know what happens when we assume, I'm assuming that Kate said, give me a grown man with a big dick and a bigger bank account. That's what I'm assuming she said. I don't know. She should have said, give me a guy with a big tractor and a bigger bank account. Give me a guy with a big gym membership. I don't really know exactly what she said, but it sounds like Kate doesn't know how to swim because she's hanging out in the shallow section. Jesse tells everyone paradise is over. Time to make decisions. I want to give Shanae and Flo Emmy Awards for pretending to like the twins. They did such a good job. Shanae and Flo are like cockroaches that survive a nuclear war. Bravo, ladies. Get them a spinoff. I would watch Shanae. I'd watch Shanae and Genevieve just going to talk to guys. Tyler tells Brittany he loves her. So let's go back to Tyler and Brittany here. And by the way, don't they look identical? Don't they look like twins that were just like lost at birth? Wouldn't that be the weirdest parent trap? It's like, oh yeah, by the way, you guys are dating and you have the same dad. Filming in Alabama. Oh, come on, South. The South will rise again when they're done with their family barbecue. All right. Is that a thing? Here we go. We're moving on. We're just dividing and conquering all of you guys. All right. You love me for who I am, a New England elitist. So anyway, he tells her they love each other, then they leave. He said, I'm not ready to get married yet. Blah, blah, blue, blue, blue. Nobody cares. Shanae, I'll tell you what. If there's any relationship I don't care about, it's Brittany and Tyler. And you know what? They're both very likable people. But methinks it'll hit some rough patches tomorrow night. We'll have to see how that all goes. Shanae breaks down crying, says she's nervous and anxious. Let's see if we can find a photo of Shanae. We don't have that. That's Flo, but it's close enough. We got a blonde. It's close enough. She breaks down crying. She said she's nervous and anxious, and of course that means she's about to dump somebody. Shanae says the age gap scares her and the fact he is living with his parents. And then he's like, his voice starts to crack, and he's like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's like, okay, come on. Shanae says she feels like his fun, cool aunt, not his girlfriend. Hey, some guys are into their fun, cool aunts, you know what I mean? She says she's looking for a man, which would normally be emasculating, but she's kind of got a point. He's quite young. And I know some people say, oh, he's only 2 years younger than Logan. But a lot can happen in those 2 years. Like, he's 24, which is, just removed from getting his license. He's barely been to his Sweet 16, you know what I mean? He can't rent a car yet, is my point. If you can't rent a car, you're young, you know what I mean? Justin tells Joey that he's more of a man than Shanae could ever be. That was a weird moment, right? Just, let's see if we can find that. He goes, you're more of a man than she could ever be. And Shanae's like, yeah, that's the point. Not to get all stuck in genders, but maybe Shanae, maybe Shanae could be more of a man than him. Time will tell. Shanae isn't wrong for not wanting Joey. Like I said, they still live with their moms. It's a weird morning after for Shanae. You can love mom's cooking all you want, but not everyone wants Pilot Pete's mom serving pancakes in the morning. Some people like a quiet coffee by themselves. Staring in the reflection of the microwave as they wait for their, pre-made, Pop-Tarts to finish cooking, They're trying to make a strudel. They're looking at the reflection saying, what have I done? You just banged a twin. That's what you did. Johnny and twins. Johnny and Victoria have their moving forward convo. Do I have any of these photos? No, I don't. We just got Genevieve. Anyway, close enough. So Johnny and Victoria have their moving forward convo. She says she wants a life with him. She says Johnny is safe and feels like home to her. Aaron and Genevieve chat. He says his main issue is whenever there is something wrong, she wants to leave, and it's scary for him because paradise is as easy as it will get. He says they need to be teammates. And, that part makes sense. It makes sense that he doesn't want someone who's going to flight every time they fight. But then he dumps her, says he wishes her the best, and she walks away. No hug. She's furious. Yeah, it looked like a weird business interview where you're like, I'll follow you on LinkedIn. The fight continues. I'll endorse you as a toxic couple. If you're looking to hire a toxic couple, this LinkedIn relationship is for you. The fight continues. By the way, I feel bad for anyone who actually relies on LinkedIn for career success. Get out of there. You're just a cog in the machine. No, I'm kidding. This episode is sponsored by LinkedIn. The fight continues after the commercial break. She hates how he dumped her. He says he wishes her the best, which it's never well. It never goes well when a relationship's over and you start wishing the other person well. I hope your career takes off. Oh, F you. Yes, it doesn't work out. The fight continues. He says he promises he won't stop her. Okay, so this is where it gets sad. He says he wishes her the best. She claims he's trying to rewrite the story. He says he promises he won't stop her if she walks away, and she said she promises she doesn't want him to. Burn. All right, then Danielle and Michael are the complete opposite of Aaron and Jen. Danielle says she dreams of the day she walks down the aisle. She dreams of the day she walked down the steps and found Michael. They discuss their losses and how they're different, but a part of them, they discuss their losses and how they're different people, but the losses are a part of them. They're gonna leave together and see how they do in the real world. Probably the most practical ending you could have imagined. I'm assuming he didn't want to propose till she meets his son. What if his son's like, I don't like her at all? It's kind of like, oh, well, Johnny, you better learn to, because Daddy likes her a lot. Daddy like. All right, then they talk about the most memorable moments. Serene and Brendan and Victoria and Johnny had this nice little lovers group date. And then they said their most memorable moments for Serene and Brandon is when they both peed in the pool together. That's how you know they're so likable, and that they talked about peeing in the pool. And people are like, oh, aren't they so sweet? And, Logan's like, I tried to do that, and they didn't like it. when Johnny called Victoria Caroline, that was the Johnny and Victoria sweet moments. When Johnny met Victoria, he called her the wrong name, which, by the way, was probably a smart move. I know he didn't mean to do it, but I'm sure Victoria's like, oh, this man's hard to get. He doesn't even know my name. He's like, oh, sweet Caroline. Victoria says she can see Johnny being the father of her children. All right, she's pulling the goalie. Let's do it. They do a fantasy suite thing, kind of an end of the season with a weird fantasy suite. Serena and Brandon are so secure, it's boring to watch, and I mean that respectfully. And then big cliffhanger ending. So that's where it ends. Of course, we know tonight's going to be chaos. I'm going to have a live stream for you at 10 p.m. East Coast. That's right. I'm in the mobile studio in Kentucky. Here's what I tell you guys. Look. I said this before and I'll say it again. 52% of the audience that watches my channel is not subscribed. I wish there was a button that said you could only watch 10 videos before subscribing. All I'm saying is this. Double check, and if you're not subscribed and you've watched at least 10 of my videos, what are you waiting for? I'm not going to do anything different. I'm not going to juggle. I'm not going to run through fire. This is what you get. Fastballs down the middle. You get an average guy's opinion on an average TV show. Love it or list it, folks. Hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 100,000. One way or another, we will get there. All right, I got tons of content coming your way. So much to talk about. If you're in Newport, Rhode Island, there's several tickets left for my stand-up show this coming Saturday. No content on Thanksgiving, but we'll have plenty other things coming your way, including I've got Bachelor Rush Hour, the podcast. Here it is right here. I'm doing extra bonus content on the Bachelor Rush Hour podcast, letting you guys know about my travels and everything that's going on there. So go give that a check out. Link in the comment section. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.